say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rugged red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Alrighty, we are back with the Instigators Winter Leagues with the Highline Designs Pro Late Models on track here tonight for our first track change of the year. And that is going to come with Highline Designs Pro Late Models going from where they started here the first 2 weeks at Lanier, now at the Volusia Speedway Park.
Yeah, it's good to be back here. These guys go from a smaller track up to a bigger track now this week. Volusia put on some good racing last year. These guys are back again in action here for Volusia for 4 weeks total this season. So should be some good racing. And right now, Kurt Kessel sits atop the leaderboard in practice with a 15.092. So
good lap for Kurt Kessler there in that 46 machine. I haven't got a chance to get a look at him quite yet so far today. Let's see if we can jump over. Not trackside right now, but we'll take a look at a couple other cars out on the racetrack. Dennis Harrison was just out there on screen. There's the 1 star of Colton Joyner. Good run last week.
Yeah, nice to see Dave Riesinger back with us in action this week after he comes back from a vacation he had planned and had to miss last week and used a provisional, and glad to see him back because we got, looks like about 11 cards signed in for tonight's event, so good field of cars for tonight, and should be some good racing.
Yeah, definitely. And as you might see, a lot of couple of drivers, or decent amount of this field, running pink wheels. That is a little bit of an idea, and a couple other people wanted to jump on that wagon of to support breast cancer here at the last week of October. So a couple of drivers sporting the pink wheels and pink wheel covers here tonight. There's Mike Anderson in the 116. He's out of Du Bois, Pennsylvania. Had a couple good runs at Lanier, but looking to really seal the deal on a win here at Volusia. He's ran good at Volusia here before, so we'll see if he can maybe make something work. But right now, who is quick, like you said, and is maybe going to have a chance to pick up his first one, might be Kurt Cass, he is not a winner yet with the Highline Designs Pro Late Models.
No, we've got 9 different winners, I believe, this year, and or between last year and this year. Was it 9 or was Mike Bauer number 10? I'd have to go back and look at the stats on that. But
I'm not sure.
We've definitely had a lot of different winners in this class, very competitive. And Kurt Cass is one of those guys that hasn't gotten one yet, and he sits the top there. But he's had some good runs. He's been known to come at the end of come on strong there at the end of the races there last year. He might have waited too long to pull the trigger, and maybe he learned from that this year. Maybe he's gonna step his game up earlier in the race and maybe be there in contention at the end of one of these things.
Definitely. You see that 46 machine on screen right now. He is the 46 machine. He is quick time right now in the hot laps as he races there with Dennis Harrison III, along with Mike Anderson and Colton Joyner. Colton Joyner had definitely a really good run there last week at Lanier. Wasn't in the top 3 podium there week 1, but he got his car better and closer to the front there for week 2, and I think that's something you're going to see with that 1 star.
Yeah, he's a good competitor. He's fast week in and week out. And, he had a win or 2 last year there, so he's definitely going to be a competitor all year long. These guys, one thing to note is they come from a track that's pretty much wasn't. Aerodynamics didn't come into effect a lot. It was a lot of mechanical grip, and track transition a lot slick. It was small. It was a lot of throttle control. And now this week we got a pretty fast racetrack here in Volusia, and there's a lot of aero involved. You can pick up pushes, and the car slides out in front of your nose, takes the air off the nose. There's just some things for the fans out there to think about that's a little different this week here at these pro lates compared to the first 2 weeks here of the season.
Definitely a big difference. This track is. We've ran it. We know how fast it can get, but it gets slicking away in the middle that you can really go a little bit higher, but it starts to flatten out, and that inside wall will bite you if you try and get right around them tires. Also, the Newcomb tire, as we've called it, off of turn number 4.
Yeah.
So
yeah, a little bit of bad luck there with our big block modified driver of Orby Newcomb there, who kind of nicknamed it after him. He had a little run-in with that tire more than once.
Right there it is on screen too. Dave Racing. Not going to be anywhere near the Newcomb tire right now. Pretty crazy to see. You think about all the little inside jokes this league has from being how many years old now. It's it's quite crazy to think back on stuff like that when we were all running together and we weren't even broadcasting it to anybody, so it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it's definitely cool. Gordon's been with us. So I think he's part of the original 8 that we started this league with, and with us the whole time. He's a good dude. I'd like to see him running good there in the big blocks. He definitely earned the name of the Newcomb Tire there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I believe he hit that in. I'm not sure what he hit that in. It was either a street stock. I think it was a street stock. And let's just say he took quite the tumble down the front straightaway.
Yeah. Yeah.
A couple of drivers that I do want to talk about here. Third quick right now, with pretty good right there with the top 2 is going to be Nathan Brady. Had trouble at Lanier, really getting the car to handle it. He looked good week 2, started on the pole, thought he was going to have a good shot of it, ended up coming home 8th, so really fell back in the feature. So let's see if maybe he's built a little bit better car here tonight for Volusia. Another driver.
I just want to interrupt you there for a second. A note with that also is Nathan Brady had 2 wins last year, and they both came here at Volusia, so he may have something in the bag here tonight.
So that's a little fun fact. I didn't know that they were both here, so definitely one of Nathan Brady's stronger racetracks, and you can tell that, as he said, so just a lap time that's just as good as the rest of them. Another driver I want to put a quick note on is your 4th place right now, David McGovern. He's 4th quick right now in that 157. Like a lot like Nathan Brady, there wasn't super strong at Lanier, but looks like he might have something that's maybe a little bit better here for here at Volusia.
Yeah, these lap times are so close. It's really actually quite impressive. We are less than 0.3 of a second from first to the slowest on the practice chart for speed. So that's saying a lot for these guys on how close they all are, and how competitive they are. It's a good class and a good group of guys. We are down to a minute remaining here in hot laps, and we're going to be getting ready to.
Time has
ready to go heat race. It has flew. We're getting ready to go heat race.
Yeah, wow, that time has flew pretty quick there, and Dave Rieslinger on track right now. Just like you were saying, this Highline Designs Pro Late Model Division is honestly, in my opinion, probably the most competitive class out of all 3, and it just continues to produce great racing, and it's a privilege to be able to announce, and these guys to be able to look back and enjoy watching the races. So just glad we're able to do this, and all the other people that excuse me, all the other people that help keep this thing afloat with Oval Track Specialties, Back Road Powder Coating, Elevated Outdoors, Newcomb Automotive, Smale Racing Designs, KDJS Designs, and Harrison Brothers Welding and Fabrication. So before we go heat race action here in 1 second, as that'll be the checkered flag for practice, just want to thank all of those people that make this possible, and we've definitely grown from last year to this year, and if we have that same amount of growth, it's just going to keep spiraling to more and more, so we look forward to it. But what I look forward to most is this first heat race coming at you here at Volusia. I think this one's going to be a good one. Good field of cars here tonight, Dad.
Yeah, definitely. And as the face truck gets on the racetrack there, we'll see them line up here. We'll see. Oh boy. On the pole of this one in the 80J out of Grampian, Pennsylvania. That's going to be Action Jackson in the 80 car. Action Jackson in the 80J. He'll be your pole sitter for Highline Designs Pro Late Model Heat Race number 1. Outside of him, quick time and hot laps. That's going to be the 46 machine of Kirk Hess. Kirk Hess is out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania. Inside that second row, out of Hyde, Pennsylvania. Him and Action Jackson have a little beef at work going, so it's ought to be interesting. The 77, it will be Nathan Brady outside of him. Out of DuBois, Pennsylvania. In the number 1, we have Colton Joyner.
Inside row number 3, coming off a vacation, so hopefully he's nice and rested up. That's going to be the 72 machine of Dave Riesinger. Dave Riesinger out of DuBois, Pennsylvania, and outside him, also out of DuBois, Pennsylvania, that'll be the 116 of Mike Anderson. good field of cars here. And I tell you what, this top three, I like the looks of this. We've got Action Jackson, Kirk Hess, Nathan Brady, Colton Joyner there coming off a good run. And let's not forget Dave Riesinger and Mike Anderson have both been improving lots in these last recent weeks. So this one's going to be pretty good. And honestly, I just look to see, is the 46 machine going to start on pole here tonight?
Well, after those hot laps times, he has a good shot at it. We got some pretty good competition there right behind him in that second row, all the way back through the field. But I'll tell you what, man, we got two cousins on the front row. Those two are related, but I bet you that ain't going to matter when the green flag drops.
I don't think it is. It's a beautiful day here in Volusia. Here we go. Pace truck looking to duck off. We're going to turn him loose for Highline Designs. The Thunder starts here tonight out of turn number 4. Action Jackson, Kirk Hess into turn number 1, side by side, wheel to wheel. Action Jackson on the bottom. He might lead here off the turn. We're 4 wide. It's closing up quick. We'll keep him straight. Action Jackson, new leader, down into turn number 3. Is Kevin Jackson going to lead a lap here out of turn number 4? Action Jackson leads lap number 1. Kirk Hess now going to try and work back on the outside. Nathan Brady now making a stride to the inside. Action Jackson almost 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Kirk Hess. Kirk Hess now has his feet back on him. He'll take a look to the outside of Action Jackson. Out of turn number 4, the Cousins side by side, wheel to wheel. Kirk Hess now your leader. Here comes Nathan Brady. 3 wide for your lead here in heat race number 1. Nathan Brady on the bottom. There's a huge elbow from Nathan Brady. Up into Colton Joyner. We're wrecking hard. Colton Joyner upside down, red flag.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Holy man.
Action Jackson involved. Man. Uh-oh. Action Jackson
Colton
puts it in.
Upside down. That's going to take a backup car. Jackson pulls back out. But
that car doesn't look too damaged for Action Jackson. And I'm not sure if he might not be too happy with the driver of the 77 machine. As we'll take a...
I told you these guys have a little bit of beef.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it real here. 3 wide out at turn number 4. And I tell you what, Nathan Brady just really comes up the racetrack real quick there. Action Jackson got a little crossed up too, so kind of meeting in the middle, and that big elbow. And Jackson tries to go up. Colton Joyner just nowhere to go, gets squeezed in the wall, and he's going to come for a ride. Oh my! He gets up over the wall and hits the pole and tire. That is not good. We'll have to get him. Hopefully he's okay in that 1-star machine. Not
I have
good.
A feeling that's going to be a discussion at lunchtime tomorrow.
Definitely going to be a discussion after that right side romance from the 77. And Action Jackson having maybe one of his best runs so far this year in that 80J, running up front, trying to put himself in a good spot for the feature, and gets the business from the 77 machine. So that'll tell that story. And we're going to let you use the context clues to anything that happens for the rest of the night. But Kirk Hess, luckily, was in front of that one, and he misses that calamity, and now he'll be your sole owner of first place. Nathan Brady back to second. Third place is Dave Riesinger. He's worked his way from the 5th position. And on my screen, Mike Anderson doesn't have a right front tire. Uh-oh. He's going to pull to the side. Mike Anderson, no right front tire. He'll go to the back. I think he's going to try and finish. Because once you go into pits during your heat race, you cannot come back out. So he's going to take the green flag with no right front. Action Jackson is going to restart 4th. We're green flag racing. Mike Anderson definitely does not have a right front tire. Here comes Nathan Brady. He'll get a good bite on the bottom. He's going to try and run down the 46 machine of Kirk Hess. Down the back straightaway. Eyes on Nathan Brady as he dives into turn number 3. Kirk Hess is way out there on the cushion off of turn number 4. He gets a huge run now. Back down into turn number 1. Nathan Brady is right on that wall on the inside. He'll get a good bite off of turn number 2. He'll slide up the racetrack. Kirk Hess back to the outside. Can Nathan Brady make something happen on the bottom? Here it comes. Mike Anderson is slow on that outside lane there. Definitely no right front tire. That's going to let Nathan Brady take a peek to the inside. Down the back straightaway. Nathan Brady still resides in second, but he's showing a nose to Kirk Hess on the bottom. Off of turn number 4. Kirk Hess still leads over Nathan Brady, Dave Riesinger. 2 laps to go. Into turn number 1. Nathan Brady gets a good run to the inside. Side by side will slide up off the corner. No contact. Into turn number 3. Nathan Brady back to the middle. Kirk Hess on the outside berm. The Spiel Racing Designs white flag is out. One more time around for Highline Designs heat race number 1. Out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, Nathan Brady's got one more shot at it. Can he peek a nose to the inside and get heat race number 1? Out of turn number 4. It's going to be close, but the outside momentum, Kirk Hess wins heat race number 1. Second goes to Nathan Brady. Third, Dave Riesinger. Fourth will be Action Jackson. Mike Anderson does pull it in. He'll get 5th. Colton Joyner will reside in that 6th place position. Great race to start the night. What a barn burner.
Yeah, it really was a good race. That was pretty exciting, man. Kirk Hess might be his first time he ever starts on the pole of one of these Highline Designs Pro Late Model features. So we're gonna have to keep our eye on Kirk, see what his decision is, if he's gonna try to save tires or what. But we'll get to that whenever feature time, because we got another heat race brewing up.
Alrighty, well, on the pole, this one of our rookies in the 42H. That's going to be Dennis Harrison III. He's out of Allegheny, New York. Outside of him in the 157. Fourth quick there in hot lap, so he might be one to watch here starting second. That's going to be David McGovern. He's out of Curvansville, Pennsylvania.
Inside your second row, last week's feature winner in the 13 out of Reynoldsville will be John Smeal. Outside of him, your first week feature winner at Lanier out of Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania is Mike Bauer.
And rounding out your field in the 98 machine, now residing out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania, that'll be Larry Hess. This one could be interesting. We've got our 2 previous feature winners in this one. Jonathan Smeal will start tail no matter what here tonight. Mike Maurer trying to put number 2 on the board. He'll get to start a little bit farther forward this time, but had a great run there last week, coming from the tail all the way to a 3rd place podium finish.
Yeah, your 2 there. We got also Larry Hess last year. One of his only win last year came here at Volusia, I do believe. So he's also here. Runs real strong here at Volusia, but he's got a tough spot starting in this 5th spot in this heat race.
Yeah, but he's definitely not here to play around as the pace truck looking to duck off. Dennis Harrison, the 3rd, the rookie, looking to take the green. He'll fire out of turn number 4. Great restart there for Dennis Harrison. Jonathan Spiel going to follow right field. He'll try and go to second here on the bottom out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. We're 3 wide for that 2nd place position. Jonathan Spiel will now go to second. Mike Maurer going to try and squeeze. They were covered up the racetrack. We might have a wreck. We're wrecking on the front straightaway. Hard contact. Caution flags out. David McGovern has no right front. He's not going to be in good shape. Mike Maurer, heavy damage. Lap 1 of heat race number 2, and people are getting antsy to try and start up front. Mike Maurer.
Yeah, and then like we said about this track here, this is a very momentum-based racetrack. Guys don't want to lift when they get runs, but sometimes you got to just to save equipment. I think that time, Dave McGovern might have been on the receiving end there. I mean, I'm not picking sides. I don't know. Well, I wasn't into cars, but that time there might have got the squeeze job put on him there.
Yeah, that looks like that one. It just kind of looked like Maurer could have just didn't quite get it turned how he wanted to, getting into turn number 3. Kind of started to get into a little bit of a push wash up and might have got a little tunnel visioned on this right rear quarter panel of Jonathan Smeal up the racetrack. And once he got it turned, he wasn't aware that he was 3 wide with Dave McGovern on his outside. And definitely I would say, a little bit of a pinch job there. And once you make that first initial contact, both cars are going to the wall once you make that first initial contact, and both drivers were along for the ride after that one.
Fortunately, these guys all have deep pockets. They got backup cars and stackers in that infield, so they can pull backup cars out. Hopefully they get things sorted out before they go feature time racing, so they don't get the tempers calmed down, and we can go back racing here come feature time.
Yeah, definitely. The good thing about the heat race is it gives them a chance to cool down. As we this year, you are not allowed to come back out of the pits after you go in. So that is going to be both Michael Maurer and your first week's feature winner, Michael Maurer, and the 157 of Dave McGovern, who looked like he had a promising night coming so far, but he's got to be able to make it a little bit harder. They will not be able to return, so we're going to have to finish this one out with 3. Not sure if Larry Hess received any damage on that one. His right side looks clean, so he might have narrowly avoided that one.
Well, they always said the easiest positions to pick up are the ones that the wrecks you avoid. So Hess moves up 2. it's going to help his task outfit in this heat race.
Definitely is Dennis Harrison now going to fire off once again out of turn number 4. He'll fire one. Oh, that was a little bit of a look like he was going to go and then didn't, and that's going to stack up the field of Jonathan Spiel and Larry Hess, but they'll get fired under the hood, and they will try and chase after the 42H of Dennis Harrison III. Into turn number 3 now. Jonathan Spiel, last week's feature winner at Lanier, are going to try and run him down. As we said, there are points in these heat races, so these heat race wins matter, and right now Jonathan Spiel is trying to pick up another point here as he runs second, trying to get the win here down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3. Larry Hess not letting him go away either. In the 98 machine, he runs behind Jonathan Spiel and Dennis Harrison. Into turn number 1. Jonathan Spiel will run right through the slick there. Dennis Harrison right up on the berm out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, he'll get a huge run back into turn number 3. These guys are way up on the racetrack right now. Jonathan Spiel trying to find a little something else a little bit lower. Into turn number 1. Now Jonathan Spiel will jump up to that outside berm. Off of turn number 2. Can Jonathan Spiel maybe throw a slider? He's at his rear deck lid. Into turn number 3. He's going to pick a big angle there off of turn number 4. What an angle, and he'll lead off of turn number 4. He'll throw the slider, and now Dennis Harrison going to have to settle for second right now. Can he make another run back at him? That was a good angle there from Jonathan Spiel to get that car turned off of turn number 4. Dennis Harrison now has to try and find a way to set him back up here. Spiel Racing Designs, white flag one more time around there. Dennis Harrison gets a little bit of a push. He'll slide up the racetrack. That might have been all that Jonathan Spiel needs to pick up this heat race win. Into turn number 3. Dennis Harrison will throw everything he has at him. Out of turn number 4, Jonathan Spiel will still pick up heat race number 2. For the Highline Designs Pro Late Model second, go to Dennis Harrison the third. And third place will be Larry Hess.
That was a pretty good power move by your last week's feature winner on that 13 as he got that car turned and he come out of there like a rocket on the bottom. You couldn't make a cleaner, better pass here at Volusia right there.
No, you definitely could not. That was pretty impressive for him. And we have a little bit something special for everybody here tonight for your warm-up as the cars make their way onto the racetrack.
As a lot of the racing community may have heard, we lost quite a promoter, track owner, family man, and a guy that's influenced a lot of people over the years, the owner of Hummingbird Speedway, Louis Couchgrone, passed away, and we are going to do a 4-wide salute in all 3 classes tonight in his memory. The guy loved racing. He influenced over 80% of the people in this league alone has been touched by Louis. So we just want to pay him tribute and appreciate everything he's done for the racing community and for everybody involved in racing in general. And our hearts go out to his family. And that's about all I got to say about that.
Yeah, definitely. Prayers.
He will be missed. He will be missed.
He will be missed, and prayers to the Cowdrone family. And just started racing at Hummingbird this year, and it was really great. He built a great atmosphere there, and it was really special to be there and able to meet him there. I met him one night at the pit booth, and he counted the money right in front of me, and he was just still involved even last year, and he will be missed, and he was a great, great part of motorsports, and prayers and thoughts go out to the family.
Thank you, Louis, for everything you've done.
Because now we've really got them on formation. Great sight to see in motorsports. And it's just all these drivers that are here tonight that showed up to race for this. Like you said, they've put an impact even on the virtual world and just put an impact on people that to love racing for what it is, and that's a great thing. And that'll be the end of the 4 wide. Let's barrel them off down into turns 1 and 2 to get a couple laps burn in on them. We'll give these guys 1 or 2 laps, and we'll call them home.
Yeah, we're going to give them a couple laps, and went down and told the flagman to give them a minute, warm up, and then we'll advance the session into tonight's feature event. Flagman will take care of it.
Okay, sounds good.
Alrighty, man, we're getting ready to go highlight sides feature racing in our pro lates.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Who out there in the fans think that who's going to be in your back row powder coat and victory lane tonight? John Smill's got to come from dead last, and something we done different this year just to try to keep the racing as interesting and as entertaining as possible for you fans. Is every week's feature winner, aside from our specials, will have to start tail of the field the following week, no matter what track we're at and where we go. So it's exciting to watch somebody try to come up through the field. If he's mixes it up on the lineup a little bit, as you're going to see right now, that's going to move our rookie up to the outside pole.
Yes, it will.
Let these guys get going. Tyler, the track's big enough. We can wait till they shuffle into position, so it's easier to see our lineup.
Good field of cars here tonight for our first night here at Volusia. Alrighty. As they shuffle there, we'll have the first row ready to rip. On the pole of this one, looking to get his first Highline Designs Pro Late Model Division win and his first Instigators iRacing Winter League win. That'll be the 46 machine out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania, Kirk Hess. And he'll be challenged on the outside front row by the 42 HR rookie, Dennis Harrison III, out of Allegheny, New York.
Inside your second row, out of Hyde, Pennsylvania. 2 feature wins here last year in a 77 will be Nathan Brady outside of him in a 98. Recently moved to Clearfield, calls it his hometown now. 1 win here last year will be Larry Hess.
Inside row number 3, that's going to be the 72 machine, fresh off a vacation. That'll be Dave Riesinger, looking to put himself in back row powder coating victory lane here tonight. Outside of him in the 29 machine, your week 1 winner, Michael Maurer. He's out of Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania.
Inside the 4th row, might be up there looking at that 77 machine, just wondering how he can get to him. And the number 80 out of Grampian, Pennsylvania will be Action Jackson, Kevin Jackson in the 80J outside of him. Also,
there we go, we're going green.
Might be looking ahead. We got the 157 of Dave McGovern out of Curwensville.
And then we have Mike Anderson out of DuBois in the 116. And then out of Reynoldsville, Jonathan Spiel and Colton Joyner rounds out your field. We're green. We are 2 by 2 by 2. Wow, big check up there as a lot of cars have to miss that inside berm there. But your leader out of turn number 2 is going to be Dennis Harrison. Oh, he's going to push over the cushion. 3 wide for the lead on lap number 1 out of turn number 4. Kurt Kester leader. Wow, where did that 98 machine come from? He was shot out of a rocket looking for second already. Dennis Harrison already flirting with disasters. We've got 60 of these times. Trips around. I don't know if he can hold it together. Kirk has back to the bottom. Out of turn number 4. I can't tell who has it. Into turns 1 and 2. Dennis Harrison way up on the berm. He'll get a good one off of turn number 2. Larry Hess steps to the outside of Kirk Hess. They're side by side down into turns 3 and 4. Mike Maurer running in 4th down. Nathan Brady in 5th. So Dennis Harrison the 3rd, your leader, the rookie, trying to put it in victory lane here tonight. Down the back straightaway, can he keep his tires under him though? Like we said, 60 laps. That's the most trips these guys have made around a racetrack, and this track's even bigger here tonight, Dan.
Yeah, it is, and I'll tell you what, around here many times, this place isn't the easiest on tires either, as this track also does a lot of transition in on the grooves, and right now the top side is where it's at, but I don't see it staying there all night long.
Definitely, this track maneuvers more than you know. These first two tracks these guys have raced on have been some of the most maneuverable tracks. I mean, Lanier all over the place, in Volusia pretty close to the same. This track really moves around, and right now I'm seeing Dennis Harrison way out there. Kurt Hess gets way over the berm. He'll open the door for Mike Maurer to go to third down the front straightaway. Here comes a slide job maybe for Mike Maurer. He'll leave him a lane. Now we're 3 wide behind them, between Mike Maurer, Nathan Brady, and Kurt Hess. Dave Riesinger putting around the bottom. We're 3 wide back there for that position. Oh, wow, Nathan Brady throws her right in front of Kurt Hess. He'll take that position. Oh, there's a door from David McGovern into Kurt Hess. Kurt Hess like a pinball as he falls to the field from that pole position. I tell you what, David McGovern and Kurt Hess, both friends there. That might be some hard feelings there, Dad.
Yeah, that might be some hard feelings. That might just light a fire right under Kurt Hess. He's gonna eye that 157 up. He might not care who he passes, except for that 157 now the rest of the night.
Definitely a possibility, as now Dave Riesinger to the inside of the 77 machine of Nathan Brady. Nathan Brady looked like he was kind of on a mission there for a second on that outside berm, but looks like he's kind of stalled out, but now he'll get back around the 72 machine. Now David McGovern, he'll throw it in on the inside of the 72 machine. He'll have to get on the binders, close racing off of turn number 4. Back up at the front of the field, though, Larry Hess has not let that 42H run away from him, but they are running away from the rest of the field. Mike Maurer in third, Nathan Brady runs that 4th place position. Jonathan Spiel now looking for 5th over Dave Riesinger and David McGovern.
Man, these guys have wrecked 5 times without wrecking. I'll tell you that right now.
Yes, they have. What a race right now we have brewing up. We're 3 wide once again down the back straightaway. Dave Riesinger is in 4th place. He somehow comes out of that hornet's nest ahead of the rest of the others. Dave Riesinger to 4th in that 72. He's on the bottom 2. That 72 machine just looks smoother every week. I can't just put my finger on it.
I know. He just keeps the car straighter than everybody else out there, and as that track slickens up, he just seems to be able to find a way to roll around it just a little better than most of the other guys. And I mean, what an improvement on a 72 over the last couple of years. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable now, but now he's going to come back under fire from that 77 machine of Nathan Brady. He'll look to the outside. Wow, that's close. David McGovern, huge push. He got out of shape there and somehow was able to cut the car down and stay out of the 77 machine. Now we have a battle at the front of the field. Here comes Larry Hess. He'll show the nose to the 42H machine. Who has at the line? Still Dennis Harrison the 3rd. Into turn number 1. He'll slide up the racetrack, leave him a lane. Dennis Harrison back around the outside. I caught that out of the corner of my eyes. This race at the front of the field starts to pick up. Larry Hess using that outside berm just a little bit better right now, maybe. Nathan Brady.
We're back there watching. We're watching back there. We got a race for the lead.
Yeah, we do, and now he's back under him. Down the back straightaway. But Dennis Harrison has that outside momentum, and he'll stay ahead of him. But I'll tell you what, there's racing all over this racetrack. As I saw Nathan Brady dropped back down to the bottom behind Dave Riesinger now. But this is the battle for the lead on your screen right now. Dennis Harrison not leaving that cushion. He is out there absolutely banging the board, trying to get everything he can here. 18 laps in this one. Larry Hess, like we said, this is his racetrack. He gets a little sideways there. But this has been his racetrack. Like we said, his only feature win last year came at Volusia. He's trying to make this one 1-for-1 at maybe his favorite track here. Out of turn number 4, he still resides in 2nd. Mike Maurer, though, creeping behind him. Now Jonathan Smeal looking for that 4th place position over Dave Riesinger. He's worked his way up in the last 20 laps. Dave Riesinger has stepped to that outside berm. A car behind him is Colton Joyner. Nathan Brady is now falling back a little bit. He runs in 7th in front of Dave McGovern. Huge slider on the 77 machine. Little bit of a blink there from the 157. See if that filters out or not. Jonathan Smeal might have thrown a slider, but Dave Riesinger right back under him. He'll take 4th back away.
Oh, Harrison way up on that flat. Way up on there. Hess is going to get a run.
Here comes Larry Hess.
I don't know how he's holding on to it. He's way up on that flat.
He is way up there. I've never seen somebody so close to the wall. Number 9, who had it? He's in the wall. Larry Hess with a slide job. He'll go to the lead into turn number 1 and 2. Dennis Harrison gonna try and get his feet back under him. He caught the wall there down the front straightaway. He's back up on the berm. Look, he's just asking to get a taste of that concrete.
Yeah, he was up on the flat about 3 laps of the road. I was thinking, that's as far as you can go, man. That's it.
Definitely only so far you can go, and I tell you what, we're only 25 into this one, and I feel it in the back of my throat starting to close up. Grinding. Great racing here with the Highline Designs Pro late models. I tell you what, I was just saying earlier, these are some of the most competitive guys here, and Dave Riesinger right now holding off a 2-wide battle behind him for 4th. Colton Joyner now takes a peek to his inside. Colton Joyner's got a fast car. Here comes Dennis Harrison.
Here comes Harrison, back on the bottom.
Dennis Harrison back to the bottom side, but Larry Hess gets his feet back under him. Caution flag! We've got an Overtrack Specialties caution flag. Might be Nathan Brady.
I see Dave McGovern going into pits.
Yeah, David McGovern, Nathan Brady actually did a great job of avoiding that accident. We'll take a peek here. It just looks like David McGovern is going to lose the handle here all on his own, getting into turns 1 and 2.
Oh, what a job by Brady.
What a job by Brady.
And Kirk Hess.
I mean, those guys were able to, I mean, when you're going to the corner like that, door to door, the ability to look in front of you, and as Kirk Hess turns to the bottom, Brady to the outside, great, be able to split them. David McGovern walks the brakes up, gives them room. So good by all drivers.
Jump in car and give the fans a view of what Brady saw or not, but
well, we can definitely get in car here with him. We'll get on the old helmet cam here for Nathan Brady as he goes down the front straightaway into turn 1 and 2. You see the 157 go around. Oh, that is close, ladies and gentlemen. That is a huge pucker moment for the 77 machine.
Yeah, that was a great job missing it. That could have been 3 cars out of this race, or at least a lot of damage. And what a job by the 46 and 77 to miss that.
Definitely a great job by those drivers. And now your sole leader, he'll lead him to green here in that 98 machine, Larry Hess. Dennis Harrison III in 2nd. He'll choose the inside. Mike Maurer in 3rd. Colton Joyner from farther back in the field. He started way back there. He's up to 4th. Then you have Dave Riesinger, Jonathan Smeal, Nathan Brady. A lot of good cars here still on the racetrack. And I think it's time we take a little ride with Dave Riesinger here on this restart as we see Hess, Maurer, and Lil D on the front spoilers of these top 3 as we get ready to fire here off of turn number 4. Here we go. And we'll fire with Dave Riesinger out of turn number 4. We're green.
Hess gets a pretty good start there as he's able to roll the outside, get some momentum built up, and Harrison not letting him go. As Dennis Harrison, the 3rd, is rolling that bottom. And here comes Sean Smeal from the back. As he makes it 3 wide on the bottom, he's looking to go from 5th to 3rd in one corner as he's on the inside of Joyner and Maurer.
Overtrack Specialties caution flag back out.
Oh, I missed
this
that.
This time it's going to be Kirk Hess. Didn't see what happened. We'll take a look at the replay here.
And cautions breed cautions. And,
oh, just a driver error by Kirk Hess. Not the night he hoped for here tonight.
Starting on the pole, and that just things just didn't go his way tonight.
Just coming down the back straightaway there, and you have a car in front of you, mud's flying at you, and he just misjudged where the wall was and caught it down the back straightaway. The way this wall kind of comes back in at you, I don't think he was expecting it, and he caught it pretty heavily there. Definitely damage on the right front tire.
Yeah, he's got a lot of damage there on that 46. I know exactly what part of that wall it is. It does kind of sneak out on you there as the wall. You just try to get every inch you can get out there, and then it goes right out to the wall right before you enter turns 3 and 4. And you try to arc it as much as possible, and sometimes you just get up there too much, and that's the end result right there. Is he's going to have to get as much damage as possible, while he is in the elevated outdoors hot pit. getting fixed up there. We'll see. We'll see how much damage he gets fixed, if he can be competitive or whether he's just going to have to limp around the rest of this race.
Tire was still on the race car, so possibility they're going to get that right front suspension fixed up and get him back out here to make a few more laps here with us tonight. And he will. He is exiting the elevated outdoors hot pit / work area, and he will tail the field here. So Kirk Hess not out of this one, but definitely has a little bit of damage on that 46 machine. Yes, we've still got a great group of cars here as we are just cresting that halfway mark, and we've had a great race. I tell you what, anybody's game here. Long race ahead of us as we're going to stack up a little bit on this restart. Larry Hess going to bring him to a slow start out of turn number 4. He'll fire. Larry Hess fires out of turn number 4, and he'll lead us to green. Dennis Harrison with a good restart on the bottom. Side by side, wheel to wheel, he'll slide up, but he gives Larry Hess a lane as he should down the back straightaway. Mike Maurer going to try and take advantage. Dennis Harrison closes that door. Oh, Larry Hess sparks the wall. Off of turn number 4, he still leads though. Dennis Harrison on him now. Could we see a slider? Out of turn number 2, he leaves him a lane. Larry Hess still your leader. Jonathan Spill behind Dennis Harrison. Mike Maurer, Colton Joyner coming back from a big wreck in the heat race in that backup car. He's up there with them. We're 2 by 2. Heck, it looks like we just took the restart. We got one out front, 2 by 2 behind them. What a race. Nathan Brady back in it. He's behind them. Mike Maurer catches the concrete a little bit there. Larry Hess up the racetrack. We're almost 3 wide for the lead. Larry Hess still leads. What a battle. Colton Joyner's got a fast car. He's stuck behind the 29 machine. Oh, Colton Joyner, he's 3 wide down the back straightaway. He's going to tuck back in line. Larry Hess, your leader. Mike Maurer, Colton Joyner, Nathan Brady on that outside. Now comes Mike Anderson and Dave Riesinger in the picture. Jonathan Spiel right there on the bottom behind Dennis Harrison. Can anybody make some happen? Larry Hess is loving the race and behind him because it's not a proper. No, there was a little bit of a right front bump from the 13 machine. Now we're going to have Jonathan Spiel move to second. Colton Joyner picked a good line. He'll get the elbow and go to third now. Nathan Brady all over the back tail fin of the 29 machine. We're 3 wide, almost 4 down into turn number 3. Colton Joyner, big checkup. Here comes Mike Anderson. Where did he come from? We're wrecking down the front straightaway hard. Nathan Brady involved in it. Oh, no. Oh, bad luck for the 77 machine of Nathan Brady. Oh, Oval Track Specialties caution flag comes out. They couldn't race for that long like that. Mike Anderson just came out of nowhere, but he was there on the inside of the 1 star. That little bit of contact can't really go anywhere when you're 4 wide. Michael Maurer caught up in it heavy. Colton Joyner gets turned across the racetrack from Dennis Harrison, and Dave Riesinger involved, and Nathan Brady got the worst of it.
Yeah, there comes a time when 4 wide is just too much, and that was one of them deals where everybody's fighting for position and nobody was willing to give up what they got, and somebody's going to pay the price. It's just hard racing, but bad luck for a couple of drivers. Hate to see that. Some great racing, but definitely some hard luck for a few of those guys.
Yeah, Dennis Harrison just kind of started to free fall there, and then you got guys looking every which way, and eventually you run out of room, and that's just one of them things that happens with racing, and that's in the name. Every one of these guys strap in to go racing here tonight and, put their equipment on the line. Luckily, it's virtual equipment, so it doesn't really cost that much, but still definitely don't want to get torn up when you still had a race on the line here tonight. But all part of racing now. When you're that.
What a change in position since that last restart, as you've got Smeal and Anderson up there, and Harrison's fell back to 5th. Bauer now falling back to that 4th spot as they were running 2nd and 3rd respectively there for quite a bit.
Colton Joyner will exit the elevated outdoors work area along with Kirk Hess. He'll exit the elevated outdoors work area. Nathan Brady not yet out, wondering if his night might be coming to an end there with that 77 machine. Unfortunately, Colton Joyner had a really fast car there. Let's see if he can rally from the tail of the field. Looks like he's still got a pretty good race car under him. Larry Hess, your leader. Mike Anderson has came from way back in the field here earlier tonight. Let's see if he can make a run at it. Out of turn number 4, Larry Hess fires. Side by side for that second place position. Huge kind of a slide job there from the 13 machine and Jonathan Spiel. And I tell you what, Mike Anderson, great move. He crosses right under. He'll go right back to second on Jonathan Spiel. He'll keep it down on the bottom where he was running before this, and he's in second. I tell you what, that might have been, running farther back here earlier tonight. Did he save a little tire? Here comes Mike Anderson. He's got a race car on him here tonight. He's looking for the lead into turn number 3. That bottom side coming back in. Mike Anderson. He might have it. He has it by a cat's whisker at the line. That bottom side comes back in, and where did he come from? From 8th to 1st. Mike Anderson, your leader. Larry Hess not going to give up. He's back to the outside of him. Larry Hess all the way up to the berm. He'll turn the car off the berm, looking to go back to the lead. Still Mike Anderson. Jonathan Spiel behind him. Mike Maurer back to the party. Dennis Harrison there also. We're 2 wide for that second place position. Mike Anderson, your leader, running that bottom line. Can he make something happen? Larry Hess still on the outside. Side by side for second. Still Mike Anderson. Holy man, we're only 40 in this one, and I feel like we're racing for the win here off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Mike Anderson, your leader. Larry Hess back up to the cushion. Out of turn number 4. Jonathan Spiel gets a bite on the bottom. He'll go to second. Wow, that was close on the 116. No contact, I don't think. So now Mike Anderson has the 13 machine. Last week's feature winner coming from the tail, trying to get her done on him right now.
Right there, Tyler, that's a case of where this track changed from top to bottom, and being the leader, you don't know that. He just got caught with his pants down right there.
Definitely nothing you can do when you see cars like that just go around you. But Larry Hess not going away from it. That's where he feels comfortable. That's where he's going to run. Now Jonathan Spiel's going to step out there and try and make a run. I tell you what, though, it looks like to me, Dad, that 116 might be inching away. That bottom side might be just that much quicker right now.
Yeah, Anderson. Oh, he gets a push there. He hits a run. Gets a big push, and Spiel has to check up behind him with nowhere to go. But I'll tell you what, that 13 is right on the back bumper. Anderson definitely, when he hits his line, is really fast around that bottom. But looks like that car might have bottomed out on him a little bit.
I tell you what, in this racetrack, so hard to hit your mark on the bottom. That wall hard to see around. So just a really, a track that really is mentally straining on you. And I can see that for these guys running the bottom now. But I tell you what, another guy who's our rookie in the 42H, Dennis Harris in the 30, looks like he's calmed down. And he's got down to that bottom side. And after he's calmed down, he's gotten faster. Now looking for third on Larry Hess.
Yeah, that go to third. Side has come to life. As Hess is going to move back to 4th. That puts Maurer still in 5th. Kirk Hess back up into 6th. Looks like his car still rolling pretty decent even with that damage. Puts Reese Singer followed by Colton Joyner and Action Jackson rounding out your field right now of cars running, as we've got 2 cars, I think, that are parked for the night.
And we've got David McGovern. He's been done for 47 laps, and Nathan Brady, he's been done for 12. So those 2 drivers not in the field anymore. They'll try their luck next week back at Volusia. But Mike Anderson, your leader right now, trying to win week 1 at Volusia, 60 laps here tonight. But we're coming in with 10 laps to go here. Can Jonathan Spiel find a little bit of something? But I tell you what, when they're both running that bottom, I think Mike Anderson's still just a click better. He's just got to hit his mark so perfect right now. But right now, he's really showing that he can, take that metal strain and run that bottom.
Yeah, 116 looking really good here. He's down to under 10 to go. And he's definitely opening up the gap on the 13.
And I really believe that might be a story of tires. Mike Anderson ran in the back almost all night, had the caution, and all of a sudden, there he was, up in the top 3. And right now, he's trying to pull away, gets a little squirrely there. Can Jonathan Spiel close any? Mike Anderson, your leader. Jonathan Spiel. Dennis Harrison, the 3rd. Larry Hess now coming under fire from Kirk Hess, as he still hasn't given up that top line. Mike Maurer behind them. Then you've got Colton Joyner. That damage and them tires must have been going away. Dave Riesinger and Action Jackson rounding out your field. Back up at the front. Jonathan Spiel looking for any little bit of grip that Mike Anderson can't find. But Mike Anderson is just slow rolling it right now, and I tell you what, he's got to start feeling a little nervous here, and I know how it is. Run that bottom, he slips up off the bottom a little bit, but I tell you what, I think that 13 machine's trying to run it harder, and he's losing a little bit.
Yeah, he's definitely got to be wearing some right rear off of that 13, trying to make up that ground, and I think right now this race is won or lost with Mike Anderson just hitting his marks.
Scary moment for the 116 though is you don't quite know where they're running behind you, how close they are. You can only go by the relative, and that's hard to do. He'll run the middle this time. Mike Anderson just trying to keep that car as straight as he can. Jonathan Smeal running out of time in the hourglass. He runs second. They are running 1 and 2 way ahead of the rest of the field. Third place is Dennis Harrison. Larry Hessen-Kirkes still in a great side-by-saddle behind him, but will stay glued up front. Mike Anderson trying to grab a win here to become the third different winner in 3 races with the Heinlein Designs Pro Late models. Out of turn number 4. We've got the popsicle sticks in here. 2 more times around for Mike Anderson to get her done here tonight. It took him all year last year to get in victory lane, but I tell you what, if he can keep this pace up for another 1.5 laps, he's going to get it done way earlier. Out of turn number 4, the Spiel Racing Designs white flag one more time around for Mike Anderson. No lap traffic in front of him. Oh, wow! He almost hit the wall! Jonathan Spiel not in striking distance, though. Down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4. A heck of a race for Mike Anderson. He'll win at Volusia. Second goes to Jonathan Smeal. Third is going to be your rookie Dennis Harrison in the third. That sported battle will go to Larry Hess for fourth over Kirkes, Michael Maurer, Colton Joyner, Dave Riesinger, Action Jackson.
Mike Anderson will be heading to back road powder coating victory lane in the 116. Congratulations.
What a sported battle all night between all the drivers on the racetrack. What a battle for those guys. As we'll have all 3 pull up here on the front straightaway. Whew.
Yeah, that was quite an action-packed event. Man, I don't know what to say about that. I don't know where Mike Anderson came out of, but he wasn't there even in the picture for the first 30 laps. And there he come. But
there he come. There was a caution there as they were 4 wide. Mike Anderson was on the bottom. But it all worked out. He kept his car clean and was able to take himself to victory here tonight.
Now we're just waiting for Mike to come up here into the announcer's booth.
Mike is in the
have
booth.
A word with him. Mike is in the booth. Mike Anderson. How about that, bud? What a run. Kind of hung out there in the back for a while, and when you decided to show your hand and show your cards, you started coming to the front. Congratulations on getting a win way earlier this season. Race 3, third different winner. Tell us your thoughts about that race.
Thank you. First and foremost, this whole night for me goes out to Louis Calderon. Big part of my life for about 20 years. So to Louis and all of the Calderon family.
Well, that's all of our hearts out to that, and we appreciate your thoughts for that, Mike. Dedicate this win to Louis and the whole Calderon family, and what a race! And it looked like you might have had Louis on your shoulder going around there, the way you were able to go to the front there, and what a run on the bottom.
I was thoroughly frustrated throughout the week, and even before the show started with practice. I wasn't happy with the speed. It felt real good, but compared to other times, it just wasn't fast. And I decided to just roll with it. I put it on the bottom and it worked. That's not something I practiced for sure. In 1 and 2 was never a good spot for me to be on the bottom, but I'm not sure what happened in 3 and 4 there. I gained like 2, 3, 4 spots there with whatever incident happened there. I have to go back and look at it, but yeah, put it on the bottom, let it sing, and here we are. Get it out of the way before, unlike last year, we waited to the last race and had that pressure. So get that pressure off and have some more fun.
Oh, it's amazing. You have a lot of people don't understand, even in iRacing world, and us guys that's drove in real life. It's amazing to see how worked up and how this can get you as excited almost as real life. And right there, I'm sure you were excited, and I saw you get a little bit almost messed her up on the last lap there, but was able to hang on to it for the win.
Yeah.
And you had a big enough lead, and like I said, I think you had Louis on your shoulder tonight, gave you a little extra push there, and congratulations, man.
Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, last lap we'll just hit the inside wall all by ourselves. That's why not?
How about it?
Why not?
Before we get you off here, what anybody you'd like to thank?
For sure. Thanks to you and Tyler for putting this league on. It is great fun. As you could probably hear, it's just not sitting around playing a game. So I appreciate that. Nick from Highlines Designs for all the free wraps that I can yell down to the basement that I want. And just everybody that we race with for good, clean racing. Look forward to it. And that's why I'm here, the Instigator League.
All right, Mike. Well, congratulations, but we're going to move on down here to our second place finisher, last week's feature winner, John Smil. Tell us about your night.
Well, yet another night, I come from the back and finish behind the mic. Just traded which mic it was. But overall, it was turned into more of an eventful race than what I was expecting. I got to go back and look. I know I had some contact with Harrison there the one lap. I was to his inside, and we got together. I got to go back and look at that, see if that was my fault. I definitely didn't mean to get into anybody, but it was definitely some hard racing the whole way through the field.
Well, I don't think it was too much, no harm, no foul. As Harrison is our third place finisher tonight, so you guys just had some good hard racing, I believe.
Yeah, it was definitely a great night. Finishes this season so far of first and second, I'll definitely take it. But just tonight racing with a heavy heart and super thankful to you guys for doing the salute before the race. I know a lot of us are here because of Hummingbird Speedway, so it means a lot to be able to do that for Louis. He'll be greatly missed. But thank you guys for just putting on an amazing series, a great group of guys, and a ton of fun and a ton of respect across the board with all these guys.
Well, thank you, Smil, for everything you do and helping out in the league, and good run tonight. Real quick, we'll get you to thank whoever you want to thank, and we'll keep the show moving and move down to our third place finisher.
I just want to thank my wife for the support that she has for me. Again, thank you guys for putting on a great league, and thanks to the guys that run. This is a ton of fun, and always look forward to the next week.
All right, man. Congratulations on your second place finisher. Blaze Harrison. My bad. I'm looking at the name. Dennis Harrison III, our rookie in the Pro Late Division. Tell us about your night. Great run on third place, making the podium. How exciting was that for you?
Yeah, it was pretty fun, pretty exciting. I knew I was starting pretty good, and I think if I could have been a little more smooth, it could have been better, but I messed up a few times when I was leading and had Larry by me, and then kind of messed up a little bit from there. Got back to fourth, but I managed to come back to third. I didn't think it was too bad for a second race of the league. So
No, it was a really good race, Dennis. I mean, these are guys been racing together for years, and you've done a great job. And yeah, you're gonna make a couple rookie mistakes here and there, but I mean, you showed your hand that you're here to be dealt with, and you're here to try to win races. And I just want to tell you congratulations on a third place. And who would you like to thank?
I think my brother, my dad, mainly my whole family, my girlfriend, pure steel. Other than that, yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations. We'll see you back here up on the podium more times this season, and we're going to end it with that. Tyler, you got anything you'd like to add about tonight's race?
Just a phenomenal race across the board. And like everybody said, heavy hearts here tonight. With the passing of Louie and the whole Calderon family. We were just glad to, maybe, show a little bit more of him in the limelight here with racing and how much it meant to him and all of his family at the bird around him. So really, an emotional victory lane here, and I'm sure it'll be an emotional victory lane for all three divisions here tonight. But just congratulations to the to the top three, and can't wait to get to our KDJ Etch Designs Big Block Modifieds coming up here in just a minute.
Yes, sir. And I'd also just give a shout out to John Smeal, as he will be our Newcomb Automotive hard charger of the race, coming from dead last to second. So, with that being said, I think we're going to have a brief intermission and get ready to do some big block modified racing.
We will see you all soon, right after this brief intermission. Alrighty, we're right back at it. This time with the KDJH Designs Big Block Modifieds.
I'll tell you right now, this might be early practice. Orvis Newcomb has laid down a lap early at an 18.7, 2/10 faster than anybody else.
Oh, Cody Buck!
Cody Buck just.
Wow.
Okay then. Put an exclamation point on that one.
How about it?
As we are here with our KDJH Designs Big Block Modifieds at Oswego. A big track. They went from one of the smallest tracks on the circuit now to one of the bigger mod tracks that they race at. So this ought to be interesting. Now Ryan Patton moves up to the top of the leaderboard. As these guys are fondest of speed out here. Talking about Ryan Patton, he's probably got something to prove there. As last week here, he worked his way up in the lead and got mixed up in some lap traffic here at the end and lost it. But Patton was extremely fast last week.
Yeah, he was.
Kind of had one get away from him.
Yeah, all part of racing there. And I tell you what, pretty cool to see these big blocks on Oswego here. This is a track these big blocks run pretty or run here in real life. So pretty cool to see. And I tell you what, they sure. I know it's bouncy in the late models, and you can see it's bouncing these modifieds as they are wow through these looking.
Oh yeah, yeah. It looks like a fun racetrack for him, and I know that we'll be going here. It's on our schedule in the Super Late, so we'll be visiting Oswego later on here in the season. I haven't really had a very good Super Late here at Oswego, but I really do enjoy the racetrack. So hopefully I can get my act together and get a car to go around here pretty good here when we get here later on.
Yeah, definitely one of the trickier tracks, but it's just the way it races is really good, and I'm curious to see how these big blocks are going to race on it here for our first race here with KDJH Designs Big Block Mods at Oswego. Tell you what, not sure if that's just something I didn't notice last week or if that is a new wrap for the 57C of Colton Probes, but that is a good looking race car there with the flames and the 57C. There's a little bit of shine in them flames. That's a good looking car there for Colton Probes, one of our rookies here this year. There's Earl the Squirrel Jackson in that 26 machine, another rookie. He's 7th right now in your standings. Byron Meeks, good lap. He jumped up to 2nd quick with an 18.522. But Ryan Patton, still your quick time here for hot laps. Running in front of him is the one machine of Ryan Hallman.
Good looking modifieds here in this division.
Yeah,
Another first year. First year for our big blocks, and we've got a solid field of cars starting out, so I'm pretty excited about that. It looks like class has taken off well. We'll be able to keep it on the card for years to come.
Definitely having a pretty good turnout. Shows that we're going to be able to sustain this class, and people who want to get in this league and didn't love late models, you now have your modifieds. So there's the 74 machine. Jeremy Brialt, also a newcomer here, rookie with the Instigators Racing League. He's had a couple good runs so far.
to 5 minutes left of hot laps before we get ready to go heat racing. Is anybody watching? Just so you know, heat races are lined up by pill draw randomly. So it's hot laps, and there is no qualifying on these normal night events. We go to our specials that we have throughout the season. There will be qualifying on them nights for those four special races throughout the season, but other than that, it's a random pill draw here.
Yeah, it definitely mixes up your starting lineup for your heat races, but that makes it interesting, and that's something you definitely like. I think is made this a little bit. These races sometimes a little bit more interesting. You know, like last race there with the Highline Designs Pro Lates there, you had the you had Colton Joyner get caught up in an accident there because he started a little bit farther back and had to start clawing his way up through the field and eventually caught up in an accident. And that can, you know, it can really define your night. You know, that was in a bad way, but it can also define your night in a good way if you pull a good pill and start out front and are able to take off.
Yeah, for sure. I'm a fan of the pill draw, but the pill draw is not a fan of me. I know that.
That is true. You've had some better pill draws before, buddy.
Yeah, that's definite.
Pill draw is not
started last and dead last and next last so far in my heat races, but yeah, you know, it makes it interesting, I guess.
You know, I didn't have too bad of luck so far this year. I started on the pole of the one, and the other one started fifth next to you. But you know, I tell you where I really don't like pill draws is in real life. They bit me pretty hard last year, but I guess that's just all part of it. Definitely bit me a little harder in real life, so hopefully I get a little bit of leeway from the great pill draw come the winter leagues here.
Yeah, but I hope so, but it was not pretty.
It was not good. It really wasn't. Tell you what, some ones to watch here tonight. Cody Buck, week 1 winner in that 29 machine. Great run for him week 1. Was able to come up to a good third place, I do believe third place podium position last week coming from the tail, so good run for him in that 29 machine. He's one to watch. Another one to watch is going to be that car running behind him right now on track, the 53P of Ryan Patton. Had it just all but packaged up last week and unfortunately did not come home with the win there, but was a heck of a battle there. He's still going to be one to watch here tonight.
Yeah, and we've yet to have a repeat winner this season as we are in race 2 of week 3. So we got to keep that streak alive, or?
Yeah, that is true. We've had no repeat winners for all 3 classes yet, which it's pretty impressive, you know, considering. So.
Yeah, for sure.
So far in the pro leagues, we have Mike Anderson, Jonathan Smeal, and Mike Mauer. So that's 3 different winners. Let's see, like you said, if we can keep that streak alive, maybe tonight it'll be Ryan Patton's night.
We are down to under a minute of hot laps left. These guys doing their last minute fine-tune adjustments. We're getting ready to go heat race action, bud. Here in their big block, 80 JH Design big blocks.
Heat races are just getting put up on the whiteboard. We're going to get them lined up here As like you said, we are ending hot laps here, and ladies and gentlemen, this is what you've been waiting for. It's time. To get a peek at heat race number 1 for your KDJ Etch Designs Big Block Modifieds. We'll get them lined up here on the front straightaway. Alrighty, I'll start us off here for heat race number 1 of the KDJ Designs Big Block Mods. On the pole of this one, a rookie for this year in the 74 machine. That's going to be Jeremy Brialt. He's out of West Lebanon, New York. Outside of him in the 66N, coming out of Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. That'll be Orvis Newcomb.
Alrighty, inside your second row. Out of Clearfield, PA, in the number 1, we have Ryan Hallman, and outside of him, in the number 9. Out of DuBois, PA, another rookie in the division will be John Smeal.
Inside row number 3, that is going to be last week's feature winner in the 25M. Had luck go his way a little bit, but not any luck in this pill draw. But like you said, he will have to start tail. That is going to be the 25M of Byron Meeks. He's out of Uniontown, Pennsylvania, and outside him in the 43, that'll be Christopher Gorman out of State College, Pennsylvania. Out of turn number 4. Excuse me, Turner. Trying to find the best view possible for the folks at home. We'll try this view number 1 here. As there goes the pace truck. He'll duck off. So he'll give the field to Jeremy Brialt to turn him loose here. The rookie's going to turn him loose here in the 74 machine. Out of turn number 4. We're going to hear him roar here at Oswego Speedway for the KDJ Etch Designs Big Block Modifieds. Green flag is out. We fire down the front straightaway. They're coming right into your living room down into turn number 1. Side by side, wheel to wheel. Orby will come all the way out to that outside cushion, down the back straightaway. He'll try and beat, not going to happen yet. Jeremy Brialt, your leader into turn number 3. Orvis Duke back to the outside. Ryan Hallman trying to follow suit. There's side by side, wheel to wheel off of turn number 4. Now Orvis Duke has the line down into turns 1 and 2. Off of turn number 2. Orvis Duke, your leader. Seconds, Ryan Hallman as he follows suit on that outside line. Jeremy Brialt trying to come back to the inside of Ryan Hallman. He gets a great bite. He'll move right back to second. Great run for that 74 machine there. He might have found something on the bottom. Here comes Byron Meeks trying to grab a few heat race points also. Jeremy Brialt, he's found some dig. Look him in the wall. Hold on to it, or he's in the catch fence. He'll keep his foot and it'll drive off the wall. He'll lose all those positions. He'll go back to 4th now, though. Big mistake.
Sure what happened.
Just had the lead, and I think he just got into the wall there. I don't know.
Almost looked like a heart failure or something. And the car just broke, but I mean it's driving all right now, so I'm not sure what happened there.
But Orvis Newcomb will fall back to 4th, and Jeremy Brialt is now going to inherit that lead back. He'll go back to the point here in that 74 machine. Ryan Hallman 2nd. Here comes Byron Meeks to the inside. He might have grabbed a little bit of that inside jersey barrier out of turn number 4. He'll run 3rd right now. Jeremy Brialt still on the point. Here comes Ryan Hallman trying to find that dig on the outside. Gets a little crossed up there. He'll lose a little bit. Gets his feet back under him down the back straightaway. Big, wide open racetrack here at Oswego. And I tell you what, these guys are already pushing that berm up. Ryan Hallman right on the lid, down the front straightaway. Dead even at the line. Can't call it down into turns 1 and 2. There's a push. He's in the wall. Ryan Hallman on the pecker. He's in the wall. He'll get a turn. Orby Newcomb back to 3rd. Byron Meeks to 2nd. Smeal Racing Designs white flag in the air for Jeremy Brialt. This one's been quite a calamity, as I could say, with that catch fence out there. Here comes Byron Meeks. Does he have anything for Jeremy Briot on the Smeo Racing Designs white flag? Into turn number 3, though. Out of turn number 4, Jeremy Briot's going to pick up his first Instigators heat race win. Can Byron Meeks make a run? Not going to happen. Jeremy Briot has it over Byron Meeks. Third goes to Orvis Newcomb. Fourth, Ryan Hallman after the contact with the wall. Then John Smeel over Christopher Gormont. I tell you what, Ryan Hallman had him and he just overdrove the corner. When you get a little excited.
That was it. I'm still not sure what happened to Orvis Newcomb there. If the car just got away from him or what happened there. But we're moving on to the second heat race.
Hey, you get excited in the car and stuff happens, so hopefully everything okay and they'll be able to get her fixed up for the feature event. But why don't you go ahead and start us off here for heat race number 2 with the KDJH Designs Big Block Modifiers.
All right, on your pole in that 57C, one of your other rookies in this division will be Colton Probst out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania, and outside of him out of Clearfield. And then number 7, we have Cody Schultz.
Inside row number 2, another Cody. That's going to be Cody Buck, week 1 feature winner in the 29 machine. He is out of Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania. Outside of him in the 53P, that'll be Ryan Patton. Ryan Patton, he is out of Brockway, Pennsylvania.
Rounding out your field. In that number 26, out of DuBois, PA, will be Earl the Squirrel Jackson.
Another rookie here with us this year. Not a good pill job for him, but we'll see what he can do here. 5 cars in this second heat race event. Colton Probst, your rookie, looking to maybe put himself here on the front row of a feature. Pace truck gonna duck off. Cody Schultz on his outside has a heat race win under him already this year. Can he pick up his second one? Looking for the green flag out of turn number 4. 2 cars that have been eager. One has a win and one was eager to win last week. Can he pick it up here tonight? Green flag out of turn number 4. They'll fire down into turn number 1. Cody Schultz on that outside cushion. Colton Probst through the middle. Cody Buck gets it turned on the bottom side. He's going to try and go to the lead, maybe down the back straightaway. Ryan Patton all over the back. And to Cody Schultz. Cody Buck looks to the inside. Up the racetrack they'll go. Colton Probst still your leader out of turn number 4. And it's a Hornets. That's 5 cars under a blanket. Who has it at the line? Cody Buck, I do believe. He'll slide across the nose of Colton Probst. Colton Probst up the racetrack. Cody Schultz gets it turned under Colton now. He'll go down the back straightaway looking for that second place position as they bounce through the holes down into turns 1 and 2. Cody Schultz, he'll slide up to the door. Cody Buck. Ryan Patton now on the bottom side of Colton Probst. Here comes Earl the Squirrel Jackson out of the inside of Colton Probst. Holy man. Great racing so far. Ryan Patton now going to be able to work to the inside of the second machine of Cody Schultz through the bumps off of turn number 2. Cody Buck's moved up to that outside cushion. Is that going to help or hurt him right now as Ryan Patton is up to second trying to hunt him down. Earl the Squirrel Jackson in 4th behind Cody Schultz. Cody Schultz back up to that cushion, going to try and make a run back to the outside, but here comes Ryan Patton making a run to the inside of Cody Buck. They're side by side down the straightaway. Into turn number 3, up the racetrack to the berm. Slide job from Earl the Squirrel Jackson. He'll take the spot from Cody Schultz. Ryan Patton to the inside. They're dead even up the line. Cody Buck back up to the cushion. He'll grab a handful of that berm down the back straightaway, but Ryan Patton's got a good bite on the bottom. Cody Schultz to the inside of Earl the Squirrel. Earl the Squirrel gets a little bit sideways. Earl will hold on to it. Now Ryan Patton is going to try and go to the inside of Cody Buck, but he gets that run back. They're still side by side at the line. Into turns 1 and 2. Earl Jackson back to the inside of Cody Schultz behind them. Ryan Patton still looking on the inside of Cody Buck. Can he complete the pass? Cody Buck doesn't want to give it up. On the outside, Cody Buck back up to that berm. He gets a good run off. Running out of time though. Oh, he pulls back up dead even with them. These guys are not giving an inch, but what a race down the back straightaway now. Cody Buck. He might be able to edge back in front of the 53P. I don't know. Oh, Ryan Patton a little bit tight that time. Cody Buck gonna have it. Out of turn number 4, the Smeo Racing Designs white flag. Cody Buck retakes the lead over Ryan Patton. Can Patton get him back here in the last lap? Out of turn number 2, Ryan Patton in striking distance. Into turn number 3, who's gonna get it? Side by side, Wheel to wheel, Cody Buck on the top. Ryan Patton on the bottom. Patton hits the wall. Cody Buck wins heat race number 2 with the KDJ X9 Big Block Modifieds. Ryan Patton second. Third, it's going to go to Earl Jackson. Cody Schultz fourth. And Colton Probst will round out your field in fifth. Great race there between those 5.
Yeah, that was some pretty hard racing right there. There's a lot of talent right there in that field. That was a pretty stacked heat race.
Yes, it was. And a good heat race of that. And we'll get these cars out trackside once again.
We're going to get them racked and stacked here 4 wide. And just to once again pay tribute to the great Louis
Caldrone and the Caldrone family.
Caldrone. That's how we say it. Everything they've done for racing, and we just can't pay them tribute enough tonight. Give them one of the prettiest sights in racing as we get them all 4 wide.
Truly one of the prettiest sights. And waiting on one more car to get out trackside. But they'll make their way off of turn number 4 to give another one of the most pretty sights here in motorsports for Louis up above. As they'll come down the front straightaway in front of all you fans watching at home and all the amazing drivers.
Thank you so much to the Caldrone family once again. Thank you, Hummingbird Speedway, for being a big part of everyone's life. Over probably 75% of the guys in this field has been touched by this speedway, and we appreciate everything you do.
They'll come around one more time as we took our moment of silence there. Beautiful, beautiful sight, and as we said before, just want to thank the Caldrone family, and prayers to them and every single one of these drivers that are here tonight, no matter what division. Have prayers for the family and the whole Hummingbird Speedway family. Well, Dan, I think we are ready to go now.
Yes, sir. They're going to take a lap. We'll give them a minute.
They'll come out of formation and get some heat under the hoods of these machines. And
think we're good to advance into our feature event. Sorry, I lost my controls to Discord to go up and let the flaggers know, so we'll just do it ourselves. Advance this to our feature events, and we're getting ready to go feature racing here in the KDJ Etch Design Big Block Modifieds.
Yes, we are. And we're looking to have a third different person in the back road powder karting victory lane here tonight. We'll see if we can keep that streak alive.
Well, it looks like we got a rookie on the pole tonight.
Yes, we do. I tell you what, these rookies have had some good racing so far here tonight. And on the pole, this one going to be no different in the 74 machine. That's going to be Jeremy Briault. Jeremy Briault out of West Lebanon, New York, going to lead your field of green here tonight with Week 1 feature winner on his outside, the 29 machine of Cody Buck. Cody Buck is out of Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania.
Inside your second row, out of Puxatawney, PA, will be Orvis Newcomb in the 66N outside of him. In the 53, heartbreaker last week, out of Brockway, Ryan Patton.
Inside row number 3, that's going to be the one machine out of Clearfield, Pennsylvania, Ryan Hallman. And outside of him, in the 26 machine, that's going to be Earl the Squirrel Jackson out of DuBois, Pennsylvania.
Inside your fourth row, rookie this season at number 9 out of DuBois, PA, will be John Smeal. Outside of him should be the number 7 out of Clearfield, PA, Cody Schultz. And rounding out your field in the 43 out of State College, we got Chris Gormont in the 57, Colton Joyner out of Clearfield, and the 25 last week's feature hitter Byron Meeks.
In the that's 57C of Colton Probes, not Colton Joyner. Colton Probes in that 57C. Byron Meeks is the tail after winning last week. As we're getting ready to turn them loose out of turn number 4. Green flag for Jeremy Briault as he leads the field as a rookie to the green into turn number 1. Orvie Duke of Cody Buck instantly going to try to go on that attack mode there, try and get to the rear deck lid of that 74 machine. But Jeremy Briault will have him right now. Orvis Duke has a good car. He's already picking on the inside of Jeremy Briault off of turn number 4. They're almost 3 wide. Lap 1, 3 wide. Little bit of contact between Cody Buck and Jeremy Briault. That's going to open the door for Orvis Dukem. He'll show the nose off of turn number 4. Orvis Dukem trying to go to the lead down the back straightaway. Orvie Dukem down to the lead into turn number 3. Jeremy Briault, he'll fall back to that second place position. Third place now is Cody Buck. Running in that fourth place now is Earl the Squirrel Jackson in the 26th machine. Ryan Holman on his outside along with Ryan Patton running in fifth. Right side romance from Cody Buck. He'll put the door on Jeremy Briault. They'll stay clean and green. Leaves a little bit of a checkup. Allows Ryan Patton to take a look to the inside. He'll go to fourth down. Oh, there's another right rear from Cody Buck. Cody Buck is using that 74 machine up, and we'll see if that 74 has anything to say about it. Oh, there's Squirrel Jackson now into Jeremy Briault. Jeremy Briault cannot catch a break right now. These guys are absolutely putting the door on him. Earl the Squirrel Jackson will now go back to the inside, and now he's going to catch the wall there a little bit. Ryan Holman now looks to the inside. Jeremy will get his feet back under him, and he will continue to run in that position. Out front, though, actually walking away right now in that 66 end is Orvis Newcomb on the bottom side. Battle for second right now is between Cody Buck and Ryan Patton. Ryan Patton coming off a heartbreaker last week, trying to put himself back in another position to win this one. Off of turn number 4, Ryan Patton runs third to Cody Buck. Third place now, Earl the Squirrel Jackson, but he's actually under fire now from Jeremy Briault out on that outside berm. Ryan Holman's falling behind them. Another car doing good here tonight, running in 7th, is the 7 machine of Cody Schultz. Earl Jackson will now take that spot away from Jeremy Briault. So Jeremy will fall back to that 5th place position. Ryan Holman running in 6th right now. Battle for second right now between Ryan Patton and Cody Buck still rages on. Cody Buck has it. Ryan Patton wants it as he continues to look to that inside line. Off of turn number 4, Cody Buck on that outside momentum will continue to have the 2nd place position over Ryan Patton. Orvie Newcomb is really picking him up and putting him away right now early in this one. As he's really driving that car in straight. I wonder if he's not only pulling away but saving tires all at the same time, Dad.
I don't know. They picked up a little bit of push there, and I think that allowed the second, third place car to make up a little bit of ground. But I think Orvie is protecting his tires a little bit. Could this be Orvie's night? He's come close here and hasn't won a race in a couple of years in the Instigator League. So got to have a sentimental vote for the 66 machine tonight.
A little bit of contact farther back in the field. Byron Meeks and Jeremy Briel, a little bit of contact. Byron Meeks has worked his way up now to the the 6th place position, I do believe. He is running. Yes, Byron Meeks in that 25M from the tail to 6 right now. Now trying to go to work on the one machine of Ryan Hallman. But back up front, Orvis Newcomb, your leader, and I do believe an eyeball test says that Cody Buck, as he sends it into turn number 1, might be taking a little bit of a lead off of that 66 machine.
He's definitely out there playing with fire right up against that wall, and he's running a razor thin line right now, so we're going to be running a little bit more of a conservative line. But definitely, Buck is chopping away at that lead.
And he's getting that cushion starting to come in a little bit better now. 12 laps into this one, and it's starting to become quite a berm out there for them guys. And Cody Buck is using it ever so perfectly right now. Like you said, a razor thin line. You don't want something like that to bite you. As he throws it up there, he gets close that time. He had to get out of the gas a little longer than I think he did. Sparks flew off, but he continues to run in that second place position, chomping into the lead of the 66N. I tell you what, week 1, these guys battled hard up front. Let's see if maybe Orvie Newcomb can change the tides and he be the one in back road powder coating victory lane tonight. Here we go, race for the lead now. Cody Buck! Wow, he gives a shot in the shorts to Orvie Newcomb there. I'm not sure if Orvie maybe thought about moving up there last second, and Cody Buck gave a little bit of a shot. Now Cody Buck's rattled, he catches the wall. Orvis Newcomb will tuck back down to the bottom. He'll give that 29 machine a line. Is he going to try and close the door back up though? Orvis Newcomb into turn number 3. He continues to run that bottom line. He's going to leave that door open. Out of turn number 4, the door's open. Cody Buck's trying to go through it. Down the front straightaway. Into turns 1 and 2. Orvis Newcomb on the bottom. Lap traffic ahead. Could that become a factor for Cody Buck or Orvis Newcomb? Side by side, wheel to wheel on lap number 16. Into turns 3 and 4. Cody Buck drives up to the berm. Orvis Newcomb on the bottom. Cody Buck, great run. He'll go to the lead off at turn number 4. And as soon as he does that, Orvis instantly jumps up. So not sure if he maybe wanted to play a little bit of cat and mouse there as he let the 29 machine get around him. Now there's a car! Cody Buck in the wall!
Buck in the wall.
Buck in the wall! Now Ryan Patton's in the party. Orvis Newcomb now your leader again. Cody Buck back to the inside. Can we see a slide job into turn number 1? Cody Buck will leave him a lane. Orvis Newcomb now knows that outside line's digging. He'll stay up there and try and run back around to 29. Into turn number 3. Huge slide job. We'll throw it into next Tuesday. Out of turn number 4, Orvie Newcomb crosses him over. At the line, can't call it. Orvis Newcomb, he'll throw it back. Slide job. Orvie Newcomb in the wall. He's in the wall. Orvie Newcomb in the wall. Up in the catch fence. He'll get her back down on all 4. He'll go back to 3rd. Now Ryan Patton tries to fire at Cody Buck. Oh my goodness. What is happening? Orvis Newcomb threw that slider from way back there, and he sent her a little hard apparently as he put her in the catch fence, but I tell you what, he kept her all 4 on the racetrack and continues to run in that 3rd place position, Dad.
Yeah, there's racing all over this field. Man, oh man. Orvie set it in there for days and just caught just continued a little bit of bad luck for that 66, but he's definitely got some speed underneath that car.
Cody Buck grabs a handful of the wall right there. Huge handful of the wall, and now Ryan Patton. They'll look to the inside of Cody Buck. Out of turn number 2. I tell you what, that is the definition of a razor thin line. You catch that opening wrong down here in 3 and 4, it'll send you, and you can tell by that buckled up right rear quarter panel. Cody Buck, he grabs it again. He is tearing down the fence here tonight, and Ryan Patton takes advantage. He's going to look to go to the lead on that lap. He'll lead that lap. Out of turn number 2. Can he make it official? Can he clear the 29 machine? No, he's still side by side wheel to wheel with him now. Into turn number 3. Cody Buck has got to be careful about that wall. He'll stay off of it this time. Good run down the front straightaway. He'll have the lead back at the line. But up in front, Cody Buck now maybe have to think about getting around the lap car of John Smeal. Ryan Patton also behind him. This is where lap traffic comes in effect. Can Ryan Patton use the 9 machine as a pick? Off of turn number 4, Cody Buck. Where's he gonna go? It looks to the outside, there's contact! Up the racetrack, here comes Ryan Patton, side by side. Ryan Patton, Cody Buck, racing for the lead. Cody Buck able to hold on to it for now. Can we see a slide job? Cody Buck up to the wall. He'll drive off of it. Ryan Patton on the bottom. Cody Buck still gonna have the race lead. Woo! That could have been close right there. That definitely was a pucker moment for the 29 machine. Ryan Patton. I tell you what, you gotta think Ryan Patton is saving a little bit more tire running that conservative bottom line. Oh, huge hit for Cody Buck again. That's gonna let Ryan Patton get around him. He's on the wall down the straightaway. Into turn number 1.
Does Cody Buck realize we're not even halfway yet?
Not even halfway in this one, and Cody Buck is tearing down the fence here tonight at Oswego. If you can't win the show, be the show as Ryan Patton takes that lead and he continues to bang the boards to try and get a run. Behind them now, Earl the Squirrel Jackson has caught the 66 in. Up front though, Ryan Patton, Cody Buck still side by side. Ryan Patton now has control of the lead, but he continues to run that bottom line. He gets a little bit of a push there. Cody Buck to the berm. He'll grab the wall. He'll use that outside cushion to propel him back to lead. Caution. Oval Track Specialties caution flag. Looks to be on Ryan Holman as he's in the work area. Ryan Holman is in the elevated outdoors work area. We'll take a look at this one. Oh. Not sure exactly what happened. Looks like lap 26 got around the 9 machine of John Smill's lap car. No contact. And I don't know if he maybe got in there too hard trying to run that slider line. Tried to miss the wall and he slid up to the wall and catches the wall and he, I'm assuming iRacing says that he is disappeared and sent himself out of the ballpark. But he is actually going to make his way back on the racetrack out of the elevated outdoors work area and hot pit, along with John Smith, who was also in the elevator. Oh, he just doored Christopher Gormont. Whoa. Not sure if that was targeted or what that was. Not sure if that's just a lack of paying attention on Ryan Holman's part, but he completely just straight lined the 43 under caution. Not sure about that one. Caught that one live. But Christopher Gormont, as you might not know, one of the quietest guys in the pits, probably didn't even say a word.
Cody Schultz also in the elevated outdoors hot pit as he is rolling back out.
Yes, he will. He'll make his way back out. As we're getting ready to turn him back loose here, we've had 28 laps green flag. Ryan Patton, the sole commander of your field. Orvis Newcomb now back at their heels. Cody Buck elects that outside. Earl the Squirrel Jackson and Byron Meeks now brought back into this one. Great restart for Ryan Patton into turn number 1 and 2. Up the racetrack, 2 by 2 behind Ryan Patton as they bounce through the holes. Earl Jackson on that outside line. Can he get anything rolling for him here tonight? Hasn't had the best luck in Houston's Cody Buck in the wall. Now we're going to have 4 wide down the front straightaway. 3 wide now into turn number 1. How do they make it? All cars make it through the field. Byron Meeks drops back a little bit. Cody Buck now back to second. Earl Jackson up to third now. Good to see Earl the Squirrel Jackson tonight. He's been right there waiting in the wins right now. Cody Buck able to power back around him. Orvis Newcomb now has his feet back under him. He'll go back to the outside now. But Orvis has to know that that outside is dangerous. He already took a little trip out there. Earl Jackson to the inside of Cody Buck now. Byron Meeks in the picture, last week's feature winner. Out of turn number 4. Earl Jackson slots in behind Cody Buck down into turns 1 and 2. Orvis Newcomb behind them. Byron makes Ryan Hallman right back up in the mix after that caution. Down the back straightaway. Cody Buck in the wall. He'll make a mistake. Orvis Newcomb follows suit, unfortunately. Now Earl the Squirrel Jackson looking to go in a second. He has it at the line. Byron Meeks trying to follow suit on the bottom side. Cody Buck on the brake pedal. We're going to be 3 wide here off of turn number 2. Byron Meeks up hard. Leaves him a lane. Into turn number 3. Orvis Newcomb in the fence. He's still in the wall. He'll hold on to it. That wall.
Same thing that happened to him in the heat race.
Yes, it is. Come out and bit him right there. Oh, Jackson catches the wall now. Now he's under fire from the 25M machine of Byron Meeks. Down the back straightaway. 25, 26, side by side. 29, a bunch of 20s under a blanket. Earl Jackson catches the wall. Here comes Byron Meeks to the inside, side by side. Here comes a slide job maybe. Nope, he'll back it down and roll through the middle. Earl Jackson on the outside. Byron Meeks on the bottom. It's almost like deja vu. Byron Meeks in second behind Ryan Patton. Earl Jackson now third. Cody Buck. Jeremy Briot now comes back into the picture. He's in that 5th place position over Orvis Newcomb, Colton Probst, and Cody Schultz. Ryan Patton, your leader. Byron Meeks, Earl Jackson, Cody Buck, Jeremy Briot. Ryan Hallman has pulled it in for the night. He's done in the 1 machine. We work lap 37 now as the 53P of Ryan Patton leads. Second, Byron Meeks. Third is Earl Jackson having a better run than he did at Houston here the last couple of weeks. 4th place, Cody Buck.
Meeks is closing up on Patton right now in that 25 machine.
Definitely appears to be closing the gap. Can Ryan Patton hold him off here at Oswego like he was trying to hold him off at Houston's? Time will tell. I tell you what, Ryan Patton's kept that car straight. How much tire does he have over the 25M machine? Is the 25 using him up right now trying to close this gap? Eyeball test definitely says the gap is shrinking. Could we run back into lap traffic also? These are all possibilities. Ryan Patton, your leader, into turn number 1. Byron Meeks now there in the 25M. Earl Jackson behind him. Cody Buck. Jeremy Briot. Your top 5. Here, a little bit of contact on the inside jersey barrier for the 25M. But he is there. We've got about 20 laps to go here. Into turn number 1. He looks to the inside. Ryan Patton scooches up a little bit. Tries to peek. Gap closes up. I tell you what, it's going to be really hard to try and find a way to the inside of Ryan Patton right now because he is just leaving a car leak, but he does leave the door open there. Not yet. Byron Meeks right on the tail feathers of him. There's the door. It's open for Byron Meeks. He'll take a peek. Down the back straightaway. Byron Meeks looking now. Into turn number 3. He'll go to the bottom side. Ryan Patton to the cushion. He's in the wall. He is in the wall, but he holds onto it. He'll continue to try and fight on that outside lane. Ryan Patton back up to that outside berm. He's right on the wall. Byron Meeks on the bottom. He'll drive up to the wall, leave him a lane. Into turn number 3. Byron Meeks through the middle on the bottom. Ryan Patton back up to the wall. He gets a great bite off the cushion. Isn't enough to pull back aside him? Not yet. He's got him by a car length. Byron Meeks has Ryan Patton by a car length out of turn number 4. Into turn number 3. Ryan Patton back to the outside of Byron Meeks. Gets a good bite off the corner. Still a car length behind. Into turns 1 and 2. Ryan Patton has to make a decision. The 43 machine ahead of him. Can Byron Meeks use him as a pick? He's going to try to, and Byron will use him as a pick. Ryan Patton loses a little bit there, but he gets the 25M messed up. Great run for Ryan Patton off the outside. Not going to happen yet. These guys are tooth and nail. I tell you what, they are dead even. Big cut down here from Ryan Patton. He gets a huge run down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3. Can he grab a handful of that cushion? Into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4. He's in the wall. That's going to cost him time. Byron Meeks trying to win from the tail and end our streak. Can Ryan Patton keep the streak alive if he can get around to 25M? John Schmiel, a lap car in front of him. Could this be the difference? He's on the top. They're on the bottom now, though. In front of your leaders. Ryan Patton to the outside. John Schmiel to the wall. Big cut down from Ryan Patton. Still a lot of laps left in this one. Byron Meeks slides up off that bottom a little bit there. Can Ryan Patton make any ground up? I tell you what, Dad, these two at the front of the field are putting on a heck of a race.
Yes, they are. It's hard to take your eyes off of us. Trying to look back through the field every now and again, but these two are putting on a whale of a show up front.
Definitely a whale of a show. And running third right now is still Earl Jackson. Up to fourth is Cody Buck. Still Jeremy Brialt running in that fifth place position. As now Cody Schultz looks to go a lap down in that 7 machine as Byron Meeks will go to the outside. Orvis Newcomb also now in position to maybe go a lap down. Might have lost the right rear tire on that one. He'll go a lap down. He might have caught the wall there. I'm not sure if Orvis Newcomb just exited the ballpark or not. Ryan Patton will work around the 7 machine. As now you start to see Byron Meeks pull away from that 53P machine. As I do unfortunately believe we lost Orvis Newcomb out in the field on the back straightaway, so we'll have to go make sure he's all right, but we stay green for right now as we're under 10 to go now. Ryan Patton runs second, just a click off of the 25M machine of Byron Meeks. That bottom line so dominant right now in the KDJX big block modifieds.
I'd like to give a shout out to our rookie Colton Probst as he is running in the 6th position right now. A good run for him.
Great run. Great run for Colton Probst tonight. Definitely. He came from far back in the field too. And right now, the last car on the lead lap. So great run for him. Yeah, actually getting around the racetrack pretty good right now. So congratulations, maybe about a straightaway ahead of your leader, Byron Meeks. Byron Meeks ever so smooth right around the bottom side. Ryan Patton trying to find a different line, but it just doesn't seem to be working for him. Through the center of 3 and 4. Byron Meeks off of 4. Continues to lead over Ryan Patton. Earl Jackson running in third. About the same behind as Patton is from your leader, Byron Meeks. Cody Buck definitely used that right rear tire up early. He's running in 4th right now. Jeremy Brialt, after getting banged up a little bit early, he's got a clean car running in that 5th place position. Oh, John Schmiel in the wall there. Back up to the front. Byron Meeks, your leader as the laps wind down now. We've got the popsicle sticks in the air. Byron Meeks looking to end our streak of different winners and become the first repeat winner of the 2025-2026 season. Out of turn number 4, he'll get the white flag, 1 to go from Schmiel Racing Designs. The white flag presented by Schmiel Racing Designs into turns 1 and 2. Uncontested right now down the back straightaway for the final time. Into turn number 3. And out of turn number 4, the 25M machine will go back to back road powder coating victory lane. Who'll win night 1 at Oswego? Second place is going to go to Ryan Patton. He'll be the bridesmaid once again to Byron Meeks. Third place, a new podium finish for Earl Jackson. 4th going to be Cody Buck. 5th, Jeremy Brialt. And once again, another shout out for the 57C as he finishes there. He will not go a lap down, be your last car on the lead lap. And a great run for the rookie in the 57C of Colton Probst.
Good run for Byron Meeks. Come up through the field. Derek took his time. I'm going to have you do these interviews, Tyler. As I got to step away. I have some technical issues here with my Discord, so I'm going to try to get that straightened away before the late model race. So I'm going to have you take over and do the interviews this time.
Oh boy, putting me in his wheelhouse. A little different here, but we'll give her a shot. As we have the top three on the front straightaway, as they'll make their way out of the car and up to the booth here to get a word with just me this time.
I might have got it straightened away. I might be able to do this for you.
Well, that might be perfect, because up in the booth right now, your feature winner, the 25M machine of Byron Meeks.
Congratulations, Byron. That's 2 in a row. You make our first repeat winner here in the Instigators Racing League this season and on race 3. And you drove your way from the back, took your time, did a great job. How was the race in your eyes?
It was fun. I mean, driving from the back's definitely the hardest part about it. It definitely had to take my time. I bounced off the wall a couple times and gave myself wheel damage, and the toe was all over the place. But ended up coming out on top, and it was a pretty fun race with everybody.
Yeah, I think just about everybody bounced off the wall one time or another out there. I'd say there's a lot of chassis guys out there gonna have to be working on the front ends of these cars after that race. But yeah, you did a good job, and what I saw basically was you just missed some accidents, missed some drama, and got yourself into position. And you had a heck of a race there with you and Ryan Patton once again, and there for a while as you was able to find that low line as Patton was running a little bit different, and just seemed like that worked for you tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he was pretty much checked out there for a while, and that caution came out, and I was in the 5th position, and no one was like completely on the bottom, so I slowed myself up and just kind of cruised around the bottom there, and ended up catching him and passing him completely on the bottom.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on another win. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Thank you guys for putting this on every week. Like I said last week, and it's just a blast racing with you guys.
We appreciate you towing all the way down from Uniontown to join us with your buddy Mike there, and we appreciate that. And we'll probably be seeing you back here at Victor Lane again, as you seem to have your car dialed in pretty well.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, moving on down to second spot. Ryan Patton, once again, a bridesmaid, not a bride, but I'm telling you what, it's coming soon as you led more laps again, checked out there for a while and got out there in the lead and just kind of a sit and duck in the lead a lot of times because you don't really know where the track transitions to, and Byron was able to sneak by you.
Yeah, momentum tracks definitely aren't my jam. I like the smaller tracks. I like being on the bottom, but I just couldn't get it to stick the same way he was.
Yeah, it looks like your car just had a little bit of it would slide out a little bit, or you center the corner if you try to drive in quite as hard. I did notice that, but other than that, I mean, for not being your jam, the way you ran tonight was a good run, and just want to congratulate you on a second place.
Yep, thank you.
Anybody you'd like to thank, Ryan?
You guys doing this every week. I mean, I look forward to this every single week. I don't know. I don't know what I'd be doing if I wasn't in this league.
We appreciate you being here and your dedication, because I know you've had to work schedules and do all kinds of stuff to be here each and every week, and we appreciate you.
Yep.
All right. third place. He must have chose not to come up and have a talk with us. So we are going to move on past Earl the Squirrel. He's not up here in the booth.
Not currently
So
in the
we'll-
booth, so. Oh, there he is. He jumps up
Oh, there
just
he
in
is.
time.
I'm slacking.
Yeah, there he is. There he is. Just about ready to sign off. I thought maybe you decided just to get out and get something to eat in the pit there. He wasn't sure what was going on. But hey, congratulations on making your podium, as you seem to like this track a little better than the last one we were at, and you had a good hot rod tonight and was able to come home in third.
I'm not a fan of Houston's at all, but had a pretty decent setup. Long run, it was pretty good. I'm not gonna complain. I like Oswego, even though it's like driving on a supercross track. And what, 6 days post shoulder surgery, I'm a little beat up, but otherwise not too bad.
Yeah, it's definitely got a little character out there. As I see the guys going through the ruts and the cars bouncing around, it kept you on your toes, but you was able to hold on there for third. And good run there. As this is your first year here with the Instigator Leagues, what do you think of the Instigator League so far?
I love it so far. It's actually a lot better. I can't really say that I didn't expect it to be good. Like, yeah, I know you guys run a pretty tight ship here, but a lot of close racing, bumping, banging here and there. But typical short track racing. But everybody can throw clean sliders and trade sliders back and forth and give and take. And I think a little bit longer distance races honestly help that out a little bit. If I'm truthful with you.
Yeah, we like to run long races here. We added a class this year. We used to run a little bit longer than what we do now, but we had to tone it down a little bit for the time crunch. But we do appreciate you joining us this year. As anybody you'd like to thank?
I ain't really got any sponsors or anything. I'll give a shout out to my pretty much 9-month pregnant wife who's struggling until next Friday with her C-section, and my little one that's currently snoozing. And obviously give a shout out to the Call Tag Around family and Louie. Definitely wouldn't have any of them if it wasn't for him and all those guys there. And give a shout out to my buddy Jamie, who's definitely struggling post major surgery a little bit. And we're thinking of you and love all you guys. And definitely thank both of you guys for putting all this stuff on.
Thank you, and we appreciate that. And yes, our hearts do go out to the family there at Hummingbird, and we appreciate it. And well, I'm sure we'll seeing you back here on the podium very time soon.
I hope so. Hopefully, be here next week. We shall see.
All right. Well, good luck to you if you can't be on that newborn. If so, we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
All right, Tyler. I think that's a wrap. Hard Charger tonight, and the Nuka Motomotive Hard Charger. Who was that tonight?
Gonna have to be the
That one.
25M from the tail all the way
From the tip, all the
to
way.
Victory Lane. Here, sponsored by Back Row Powder Coating. So he comes from the tail to be the Newcomb Automotive Hard Charger and ends up in Back Row Powder Coating Victory Lane. So definitely a great night for Byron Meeks, but also a great night for the Notebook for Earl Jackson and Ryan Patton, as they're just a click off and look to be better here next week.
Yeah, I mean, Pat, that's kind of scary to say. It's not his jam and to run the way he did tonight. So you get him, he gets a little bit more doubt, and he might be a guy to be reckoned with. And just like Earl there, as Cody Buck also put on a show, but I think he wore his stuff out. It was a good racing all the way through. Newcomb decided to ride the wall a few times, and but he was fast tonight.
Eventually, that wall took him out of the race, unfortunately. But
Unfortunately,
live by the sword, die by the sword, and all part of it. And just one more shout out to two of our rookies with good runs here tonight, keeping the car straight. Between Jeremy Brialt, started on the pole here tonight. Got bounced around pretty good there, and I think he might have fallen back to 8th or farther back even maybe, and was able to come home with a top 5 finish. And Colton Probst being your last car on the lead lap, coming home with a 6th place position.
Yeah, that's very respectable because he has not been racing iRacing very long, and that's a really good run for him. And congratulations to him on that.
Alrighty, I think that is gonna
Yep, I think it's time to go put the suit on and the
Definitely.
old shoes and get ready for this super late race. Got to get my mindset, my headset here for this race. See if I can't keep Rod from passing me on the last lap.
Yeah, you weren't talking about getting passed on the last lap. I'll tell you.
Well, yeah, how about it? All right, well,
All right, we
signing off
will.
for next week, and we'll let Anderson and Johnsville take over, and
You'll hear
glad
us.
to have everybody.
Hopefully, you'll hear us in back road powder coating Victory Lane, but we'll see. We'll see. All right.